Spoiler warning. I'll be talking about the 4th episode of Akebi's Sailor Uniform, and in this video, if you haven't seen the episode, then I suggest you watch it first, and then come back here. Okay? Okay. Now this week's episode of Akebi's Sailor Uniform was just breathtaking. Same as the other episodes. The animation was top tier as always, the music is adorable, it's cute girls doing cute things, and so much more. The episode starts out with Akebi running towards her school with a huge smile on her face. As she sees the bus at the other side heading the same direction as her, she waved adorably and someone was shown riding the bus, who witnessed Akebi's huge smile, as the episode then cuts to the opening. Afterwards, Akebi and Tanigawa Kei are spending some time together, and we also get to know how well she's been doing after joining the club, as she says to Akebi that she's making a pamphlet for the photography club. And Akebi then brings up the embarrassing photo she took last episode, in which she immediately told her to forget about it. Now I really love small details like these. They may not seem much or important, but it just builds up the whole continuity and it basically made me chuckle there. Tanigawa Kei then asks Akebi to be her role model, and as she sees the front page of the pamphlet, she has a huge smile on her face, and that was pretty cute. Afterwards, Akebi goes on to tell her club president in the drama club about what's going on, and we are introduced to her as she is working on probably a script to a drama that they might present later on as the episodes continue. She seems like a nice club president, a responsible one, a serious one as well, and it's just adorable. I just love her character design, and I kind of felt bad when Akebi ran off out of excitement and left her in the room. As Akebi and Tanigawa Kei then continue to walk around campus, she takes photos of her classmates doing their club activities. We get to see Akebi's other classmates and how they're doing with their new clubs: basketball, archery, or track and field. And once it was Akebi's turn to get a photo shoot, they just weren't able to get the right photo that fits her image. So Akebi was distraught. She tried on many poses, tried different angles and shots, and even used poses that came from her idol, Fukumoto Miki, but it just wouldn't work. Something felt off and not what Tanigawa Kei had in mind. And then, as they were walking, a ball lands on the ground and causes a splatter from the puddle, in which it gets Akebi's uniform all dirtied up. It was then revealed that Usagihara Toko was fetching the ball. She notices Akebi's dirtied uniform and suggests they go with her to their dorm to wash it off. After informing their parents on where they were heading, they all arrived at the Mangetsu dorm, and there it was shown that one of the women taken in charge was the one that taught Akebi's mother when she was young. It was interesting knowing a little bit about her mother when she was still a student. And afterwards, we then get to know that Akebi's socks have holes in each of them. She panics and tries to hide the evidence, and she succeeds. Later, we then know that Kizaki Erika as well lives in the dorm, and is right next to Usagihara Toko's room. But because she was busy being in charge of giving the dorm announcements, we weren't able to see her. And as they entered the room, I just love Akebi's reaction upon entering, and found it funny how the first thing she sees is the Fukumoto Miki CD, while Tanigawa Kei notices a bunny ear headband. And then we get to see Kamimoko Neku, as she's sleeping soundly on top of the bunk bed. Now, she has been in scenes during in the past episodes, where all she's been doing was, well, sleeping. And it was really fascinating to know that nothing really much wakes her up. They were really loud in the room and she never even reacted to it. I'm pretty curious to know on how well she's been doing in class, because all the scenes she were in before this episode was just sleeping. And just seeing that makes me jealous, because I've always wanted to do that in class. So they then change Akebi's clothes to clean her uniform, and once again, seeing Akebi wearing a different outfit is refreshing to see. And oh my lord, doesn't she look beautiful in the dress. I really love the panning as well from bottom to top, so we could get a full glimpse of Akebi in the new dress. And this has been done in the past episodes as well, where they would give us a full shot of Akebi. And then, we get a scene of envy from Usagihara Toko for a bit, because Akebi looked really beautiful in the dress she was wearing. She stops to think for a bit and says, "If I were you, I would have gone to Tokyo." Now it's scenes like this that really makes it fascinating for me. It's not bad that she acts this way, but it makes her character human. She feels jealous. She envied Akebi because she felt like she had everything she wanted. And then, as they were waiting for the clothes to be cleaned, Usagi HaruToko made snacks for them. And it was a cute moment for sure. Seeing the quality of the animation made me hungry, as the cookies themselves look amazing. Oh, and also the cooking process looked absolutely stunning as well. Even Akebi enjoyed her snacks. It's then shown that Usagi HaruToko has a huge impact on her fellow dorm mates, whether it be her own classmates or other students in the campus. It even amazes Akebi on how many people talk to her casually. And the three have a casual conversation as we get to know that Usagi Harutoko's family runs a sweet shop, thus her able to make the sweets. But that wasn't the case. She never learned and never had any interests on how to make anything, but she had to. Because during her first presentation in the dorms, she wasn't able to make anyone laugh at her introducing herself, as she wore a bunny ear headband. Because, you know, bunny ears and usagi, which means rabbit. And thus, she needed to find a way to redeem herself. So, by making sweets like cookies and muffins, they were able to approach her finally. And she then brings back Akebi's first introduction with her almost revealing her skirt 2 episodes ago. And of course, Akebi wants to forget that. It made me chuckle again, as I never really expected to hear that. So, as she was explaining on her plan to make sweets to befriend everyone, we get shots of the other students who were enjoying those said sweets. And that was pretty cute. We get to see them enjoying the taste of the sweets, them sharing to others, and just those who really enjoy the snacks. And it was really cool because at some point, the characters shown here would be interacting one way or another to Akebi in future episodes. It's just my thought, but I just think that's really cool. And then Akebi tries to learn how to cook, but ends up failing it and making a cracker made out of charcoal. Now I also want to say, Akebi with a ponytail is back and is wearing an apron to top it off. Just seeing her change her hairstyle, wearing different clothes is again refreshing to see. And she looks really adorable in them as well, so I don't mind, I don't have a problem with it. But then, we get to see how Usagi HaruToko was relieved that Akebi was not good at something, because she thought of Akebi as someone who was perfect from the get-go. Now again, this wasn't a bad thing, as it makes her character more human, as she envied Akebi for a lot of things. As they were continuing their conversation, Akebi lets out a cute burp, as it was then revealed that Akebi ate all of the snacks she prepared for them. And because Kamimoku Neko was a woman of culture, she woke up from Akebi's burp, and again, as she woke up, she was adorable when she said, and my heart skipped a beat from the adorableness of her character. It was cool seeing the bunny ears present again, since Usagi HaruToko put them on Neko while she was sleeping earlier. And seeing those bunny ears still present as she woke up really gives you a hint of how much of the details they're really paying attention with. Now afterwards, the uniform was done and they ask, where are her socks? And next scene later, they all saw her with her toes outside of her socks. It was a cute and wholesome moment as we get to see them interact with one another, laugh, they spent some time together. And Kamimoku Neko in the background just falling back asleep was pretty cute to see. Tanigawa Kei then takes photos of the embarrassed Akebi, as she then says she has a better idea of her image because of their experience today. And as soon as they were heading home, Usagi HaruToko and Kamimoku Neko waved them goodbye. And seeing Neko barely awake and still went to the door to wave them goodbye was pretty adorable. It was then revealed that it was Tanigawa Kei who would always see Akebi running towards their school while waving at the bus across the road, as she then took the photo of that scene. It was pretty adorable seeing how she waved back as well. The music playing was just peaceful and pretty cute. I really love the whole sequence of the scene as well. And we then get to see the pamphlet finished as both Akebi and Kao are looking through them. It was cute seeing Kao again, but the moment the front of the pamphlet was shown, and it was the scene where she was running and waving, that was really adorable, and it was a good way to end the episode there. I really felt something when I saw that as the front cover of the pamphlet. Was it wholesomeness? Probably, but I really enjoyed the episode, and for that I would give it another 10 out of 10. Now the animation is one thing, but the details between small things like the mud present before them noticing, and the bunny ears and stuff like that, is one of the things that made me enjoy the episode. The jokes are funny and so was the sarcasm. And again, the animation was just so detailed that you could just see how much effort they're really working on this series. Especially when it comes to clothing, the wrinkles they make when they're moving it's just too smooth. I really enjoyed it so much. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode review or reaction. Please leave a like and subscribe for more content like these. If there's an anime you want me to make a review on, please comment down below. I'm open to suggestions. That's all for today, and I'll be seeing you all next week.